Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Heroes webinar. My name is Comfort. I'm speaking to you from the United Kingdom. Today is Sunday, the 3rd of November, 2024. And yeah, we gather here every week to discuss an opportunity, a life-changing opportunity, an opportunity that has opened doors for everybody and anybody. And today we are so blessed with a powerful team, great brothers and friends in the house who are going to help share a lot of information for you to take home. So if you are watching us, whether here on Zoom, on YouTube, whether today, 2024 or 24 years after this message is still going to be very relevant. Don't ignore it. Stop by, ask a question, and we are here and happy to help you. And the topic for today says the legacy of inclusion. I am not going to be explaining anything because we have people around to do this for us. So on this note, I would like our brother Marty to go first. Bro, you're welcome.
Thank you, Comfort. One thing I want to address really quick. I know that Ash put a new update in, nice and easy, I believe it's titled. And he said, for now, we want to keep it simple, very simple. Over the next couple of weeks, you will be able to edit, modify, and adjust any part of your profile, okay? In the next couple of weeks. I know people jumped right in and said, I can't do my okay, next couple of weeks, it will be done. There's a couple I haven't done yet. It's okay. They know that, and they have everything under control. It's a different team that we have now. So read it over again. Don't get all anxious. We don't need to micromanage. Okay, it's not necessary. Anyway, yeah, I love the topic. I would love to say I'm the one that came up with it, but I'm not. Minnow did. And if you look up legacy by itself or inclusion by itself, it's a powerful thing. And unpassive kind of is, it lines up with unpassive the way I see it. I want to go through a couple things. I did have to take a couple notes because I'm limited on time and I have a tendency to talk a lot. I know you're not going to believe that, but it's fact. The concept of legacy of inclusion is a new global business can have profound implications for both the organization and the society at whole. Will naturally attract diverse affiliates. Cultural sensitivity, understanding and respecting different cultures leads to a better relationship with customers and affiliates around the world. When people feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves. And in the business world, not my regular business world, but the business world I was in before I came here, which was MLM, multi-level and email market, whatever marketing I could do. It took a lot of time. It took a lot of effort to get to understand. And sometimes it's a moving target. What worked 5 years ago probably wouldn't now. Cultural sense of understanding and respecting different cultures leads to a better relationship, like I said, with affiliates around the world. Inclusive environment, creating a business environment where all affiliates feel valued, including leaders and higher satisfaction, productivity, and loyalty. This reduces turnover. In the old business that I was in, and many here tried it, it was really sad to find out that the best way to make it is if you can bring people in quicker than they quit. But if you change that environment, and there's people that Michael Williams, the big marketer, okay, he knew how to do it. Same thing for him though. How do you bring people with you? That is really rough, and traffic and all that. And in this environment, inclusive environment, everybody gets to be part of it. And I think that's so powerful. That's why I'm here. It's a big reason why I'm here. Yes, I need money. Come on, I got 4 grandchildren. And my grandson's 13, wears a size 15 shoe. Imagine what he can eat. Empowerment. Affiliates who see their voices and contributing, acknowledge, are most likely to take initiative and be engaged in their role. When they feel empowered, they feel like they matter. And that's what we do. Anybody out there, You could go listen to Mike Ellis, you could go listen to Colin, anybody individually on what they do daily. They're encouraging people and giving empowerment. You belong. You are here because you should be, but you need to build that within yourself. Stop looking at, I'm not her, I'm not him. No, you're not. You're you. You're unique, but you have your own skills. You just need to push them forward. Step out of your comfort zone. And with OnPassive, it's fairly easy. Positive brand image. Companies that champion inclusion often cultivate a positive public image, which can enhance customer loyalty, attract socially conscious consumers. No doubt. Now, look, everybody's, well, how do you know? I'm saying, I believe this 100%. The company will be known for who it is as much as what they sell. And who it is a company that cares about one another. And that's going to be more powerful than we think it is. People will look at you and know you have something they want without any words coming out of your mouth, more than likely, because you exude that when you walk in a room or when you're talking confidence. I'm not talking about being arrogant, but you have something. When you talk, people want to hear it. And you all have it. I've seen all of you for the last almost 6 years come from not even turning your camera on to speaking to hundreds, if not thousands of people. Community impact. Engaging in incentives that support underrepresented communities not only helps those groups, but also strengthens the company's ties with local and global communities. Underrepresented, we know what that means. A lot of you come from countries that are underrepresented, or they get a picture in the news and they judge your whole country by what they see on the news. When you know in reality, your country is, well, a lot of your countries are family-oriented countries and communities that rely on each other to build, rely on each other to survive in most cases. What can a company like we're in now do for people around the world, knowing what we know? And that to me is just mind-blowing. Global market access. A diverse group of affiliates can better understand and tap into the international markets, tailoring products and market strategies to various demographics. We're going to have targeted traffic. We can send it wherever we want. We're going to be able to modify stuff. We're going to be able to learn. You don't have to be an expert marketer. If you did, I wouldn't be here. Because I figured out how to market with Mike and Dan. I figured it out. We could do it, but I didn't like the concept of build, and use people to get where you want to get. And actually say things to people that's not 100% true. Like, oh, Johnny, you're doing a great job. You got one person in 6 months. Should tell Johnny at that rate, it's going to take him 600 years. I don't think he's going to live long enough. You know, it's not right. It's just not a right thing. So when I found out about OnPassive and found out who Ask Me For really is, I'm sold. I'm here for life. I'm not looking for anything else. And people will see that in you as you walk. Live today, but focus on you tomorrow. Just focus on where you're going, where you want to be. Believe you can, you're always 100% right. You will. You believe you can't? I know people that start off sentences with, I don't think I can. Well, crap, you're already done. I'm going to try to. You'll never do it. Why did I say do or die? I wish he didn't say it, but he said it because there's no way while he's breathing oxygen, he's going to quit. Because a normal, and I don't want to say Ash is not normal, but he's not. A normal person would have quit a long time ago for what he went through. But he didn't, because he was focused on something bigger than himself. And we all have that. If some ass has that, we all have it. We all have a chunk of it. And that chunk can be as big as we want. Legacy and long-term success, sustainable practices. A commitment to inclusion can lead to sustainable business practice that benefit both environment and society, ensuring long-term viability. Nobody wants to be here for 6 months and then it falls apart. I've done that. Most of the business I was ever in never lasted a year. And the ones that did never were a business. And never would have been. They would have never got me where I wanted to go. Because I wanted to bring people with us. So did Mike, so did Dan. It's impossible. And right at the end, when we're ready to go, guess what? Knock, 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 knock. Here's Unpassive. Was I skeptical at first? Yeah, because I'm thinking, who would take this challenge to bring everybody? Good-hearted, trustworthy, good people around the world, take them with us. And it's him. And that's why I'm so excited about this whole company and what's going on. And when I heard this, actually Menno came up with the title, I said, that's a neat, and I started looking into the words and what it meant. And I went, crap, that's a great title. That is Unpassive. Mentorship and development. By fostering an incentive environment, business can create mentorship programs that uplift individuals from diverse backgrounds. We do that now. Ensure that the next generation of leaders reflects this inclusively. Right? We know what we're doing. Example, Chris got money for this young guy in Africa, and they rebuilt the school. They put a roof on it. That was impactful. But what was really impactful is when he took care of 300 children at the same time. He leveraged care. He leveraged the blessing of Unpassive. Even though we didn't have a bless yet, those young kids will never forget. And blessing people and caring for people is contagious. It will move on to the next person. That's the thing we flow downward, where good things can be contagious. That's what we have, I believe, with all my heart. Measuring impact, accountability, and metrics. Establishing clear metrics for measuring the impact of inclusion. Incentives help hold the organization accountable. I'm going as quick as I can, Comfort.
Yeah, sure.
I know the wind's blowing a different direction here.
Yeah.
Demonstrate the value of those efforts to affiliates and other people involved in the business. The legacy of inclusion as a global business isn't just about meeting quota or complying with regulations. It's about creating a thriving economic ecosystem that benefits everyone involved. By embedding inclusion into the core value of the organization, businesses can achieve sustainable growth, foster innovation, and build a legacy that uplifts humanity as a whole. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Marty. A powerful opening as usual. And I was really impressed with the fact that you had to highlight the fact again that this business has the potential to empower people and, of course, give us the sense of belonging. And, of course, like you rightly say, we've watched businesses where people step on others' shoulders to get to the top. But with our business, it's the kind of one that you hold somebody's hand and we go to the top together. So I'm really very excited to hear what my brother Michael Williams would be saying about the legacy and inclusion of our business. Welcome, bro.
Thank you so much, Comfort. Wow, Marty, that's exactly what I was going to say.
That's a good one there.
Right, great job. For me, I look at this as, two things in one. Right? So we have legacy and we have inclusion, and then you combine the two, right? So when I look at inclusion, right, I think of, racial background. I think of cultural background. I think of gender background. When we look at society as a whole, if we go back in history, right, most society has always been inclusive, right? And then we come forward, and probably in the last 500, 600 years, things starts to break down, right? Where, it's no longer inclusive. We start to put people in boxes and categories, right? And so it wasn't always that way, right? It wasn't always that way. You had societies where it didn't matter if the person looked red, if they look black, if they look white, if they look yellow, green, it just didn't matter. No one thought about that. No one looked at you and said, hey, wait a minute, you look different than me. Like, that's just how it was, folks, right? Let's be real, right? And then, as I said, maybe 500, 600 years ago, somewhere around there, things just start to change, and change because of greed, change because of money, right? That's why societies became, less inclusive, right? Because if you can put people in categories, if you can put people in boxes, you can carve out a niche for yourself whereby you can create a problem and then present a solution, and you make billions of dollars. It really is that simple. And so as I look at OnPassive and I see a company that takes all of that away, no greed, right? No idea about trying to focus just on self, right? But looking to say, you know what? We can look at the globe as one. It's one human race. It's one group of people. Yes, we have different cultural backgrounds. That's perfectly fine. Yes, we've got male and female and all of that. That's perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, though, we are one human race. And so the company look at it from that perspective and says, we can include the globe. We can include every single person on this planet in our business. This is why the concept of uplifting humanity, it didn't say, well, let's uplift this culture or that culture, right? It didn't say any of that, or that so-called race or that so-called race. It didn't say any of that. Let's uplift humanity, right? All of us, right? But inclusion has to start with the leadership. It has to start at the top. You can't start from the bottom with inclusion. It has to come from the top where the vision, the mission, all of that is put out there, right? And then it trickles downward. So as we see our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufareh, comes and he interacts with us, right? And he's always down to earth, and he's your friend. He's coming on as your friend. He's not coming on as your boss. He's not coming on as your CEO. He's not coming on as someone that's higher than you, better than you, none of that stuff. He comes on as your friend, right? And so that type of mindset, right? That type of mindset is now driven throughout OnPassive, throughout the foundership, throughout the ecosystem, right? Including the staff. By having people from a diverse background, what that does, it brings more ideas to the table than less. You see, because you may be from Australia and you have some ideas, and I may be from Canada and I have different ideas, and we bring these ideas together, and guess what? Everyone flourishes. When you give people the tools, give them the resources, people will flourish. A lot of times it's about access. You may have someone that's very talented, but they don't have access. They don't have the resources. They don't have the tools to make it happen. And this is what OnPassive is doing. OnPassive says, hey, we will do all the hard work. We will do all the heavy lifting, because you may not have the talent. You may not have the resources. You may not have the finances, right, that can put all of this together, because this is a big deal. This is a massive business. Where do you get the millions of dollars that is needed to go make this happen for everyone around the globe? So you may not have that, but guess what? You are included. Your voice matters, right? And as Marty talked about, seeing people grow since they've been involved in OnPassive, right? Doing their own lives and webinars and all these things that they've never done before, right? That's having a positive impact. That's giving people an access. That's giving them a voice. So what they have to say matters. And that is going to leave now a legacy, right? Because when we talk about legacy, now we're talking about the future. We're talking about next generation. We're talking about a family dynasty, generational wealth. All these things is what we're talking about. Lasting impression, right? What are you going to leave behind in society? Will people know that you existed? Will people know that, yeah, you were here? You made a difference, a positive difference. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about legacy. So when you combine those two things, especially from a business standpoint, you cannot do anything else but succeed, because you're putting all the right elements together, so that it doesn't matter whether you're in Japan, it doesn't matter if you're in Cameroon, it doesn't matter if you're in France, it just doesn't matter where you're from. Your culture doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your religious background is. It doesn't matter if you're technical savvy or not. This is what we're talking about when we talk about inclusion, folks. We're bringing everyone together. because there's lots of great minds in all parts of the world. Every society contributed to this planet, every society. Whether we're talking about African society, European society, Asian society, it doesn't matter. If you go back and check the real historical facts, you will find out that there are great developments in science and math and so on from all parts of the world. So that tells me that every single person on this planet matters. They have something to contribute. So if you form a business that brings all of this together, you can't do anything but succeed. That's just how that works, folks. And that's what OnPassive is all about. And that's why we are here in OnPassive. That's why we are excited about this company, because we know if you have this mixed together, everyone, every single person is going to win. How can you beat a business where everyone wins? Not a business where 90% wins or 70% wins or 99%. We're talking about every single person will win being OnPassive. And that's what legacy of inclusion is all about. That's what it's all about. And that's how we go out there and impact people's lives and make a difference, so that when you are now gone, your legacy continues. Mr. Ash Muffar's legacy will continue for generations to come. And every single one of us who are here as early bird adapters, the same thing is applicable. The same thing, right? Our positive impact that we have done through, Marty talked about Chris, and there's that one act of kindness, just that one act of kindness will leave a lasting impression in those children's lives. You see how simple that is, folks? So it's not necessarily about you coming to the table and bringing millions of dollars. And sometimes it's just the one simple thing that you've done for someone. Sometimes it's just that smile that you put on somebody's face, and now that person goes through their day. Maybe they were thinking of committing suicide as an example. Maybe they were thinking of, committing a crime or whatever. But just because of that one random act of kindness, that person's mindset now changed for the better, and they go on to do bigger and great things. I'm telling you, put the right tools in people's hands. Marty talked about targeted traffic. That's a tool, okay? It's a tool, it's a product. You put that in people's hands, they will succeed with it, because in time past, they never had it. They don't know how to get it, right? It's something that was elusive for them. All of a sudden, now you give it to them. It's like, oh, wait, okay, I got this. This is good. I have an endless supply of visitors to see whatever it is that I'm offering, an endless supply of potential customers that will purchase the products that I'm offering. It's so simple, folks. It is so simple. OnPassive is connecting all the dots, but yes, it takes time. Yes, you have to assemble the right people. And sometimes you don't have the right people around you. You may think you do, because even in your personal lives, you may have some friends that you thought were friends. And when the rubber hit the road, you're like, wait a minute, where all my friends go? I can't have no one to turn to. Who's there to help me, right? OnPassive is all about inclusion, folks. And we're going to make a difference as we move forward into our next phase. Thank you, Comfort.
Oh, wow. I think today is one of those days that I'm just trying to hold myself together. Thank you, Michael Williams, because, when you were talking, I was like, the world could be really a more beautiful place if we take away this segregation thing and then replace that spot with inclusion. I think things would look really more beautiful and different. And of course, let's hear what Michael Ellis, or the Mike Ellis, today has to say about the legacy of inclusion. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Comfort. I appreciate that. I don't really know what direction I'm going to go in. You're just going to have to stick with me. When we come in and we look at this beautiful business that Mr. Mufareh has given us, we always have to understand it is a business, period. It is a business. Now, when you get into it and you start to learn what Mr. Mufareh has done, it becomes much, much more than that. But initially, it's a business. And as I look at Comfort and I look at the OTEC pros, the heroes, when we come on and we talk with them, I understand that you all have a massive following. You have a massive impact with a lot of people, and all of those people are not engaged with the business that Mr. Mufareh has. Okay. Now, I know the people that are engaged, you all know what we're talking about because you've been here for quite a while, but we have people that they bring to the table that don't know all of this stuff. And I really do want to address that side along with all of the people that are engaged. You know, when we talk about the legacy of inclusion of a global business, that Minnow, that is just a massive, massive topic. And when we think about legacy, when you think about legacy, you have to think about longevity. In order to leave a legacy, you have to have longevity. And Mr. Mufareh knows all of this. He is the CEO, the mastermind, he's created all of this. And along with legacy inclusion, I think Marty and Michael, they did a great job explaining those two terms. And it's real easy for people to come on and they listen to all these really, really great speakers and they get very, very excited, even though they're not quite sure what they're excited about. And I'll give a good example. There's a saying out there that I think it's the start of success. I can, I will succeed. Very, very simple. I can, I will succeed. And if you start to think about that and you start to let that saturate your gray cells, your mind, you start to think about yourself, what you can do, how you can do it, can you win? And and I've listened to a lot of different people over the years, and there's some really, really great speakers. Some of them are here, and they can get you very, very excited about where you're going and what you can do, and you can win. I can, I will win. And the problem with this, and by the way, Mr. Mufareh has fixed this problem. The problem with that is people come on and they listen and they get very, very excited. They believe they can win. They even look at perhaps an opportunity and they go, yeah, I can do that. And they keep that feeling for a couple of days or a week or 2 weeks. And Monday morning comes around and all of a sudden they wake up, they have to go to work. They have to take care of their family. They have to take care of business. And they wake up and they go, oh, I can't, I won't, I will never win, right? I think we've all been there at one time or another. You get very, very excited about something and the reality of life comes into it and you just go, nope, I can't, I won't, it'll never happen to me. And that brings us to what Mr. Mufareh is doing. That brings us to the inclusion that Mr. Mufareh is bringing to the table. And that brings us to the legacy of what this company that Mr. Mufareh is creating will do for each and every one of us. And I don't want you to be motivated for a day, a week, or a month. I don't want that. Once you start to understand what Michael Williams is talking about, what Marty's talking about, what Mr. Mufareh has done for everybody, all of a sudden it starts to penetrate that brain of yours and you understand, no, I can do this. It was made for me to succeed. Mr. Mufareh did something that no one, this is so amazing. Mr. Mufareh has done something that has never been done in business today. This has never been done. He's come in, he's created a system that you will win. I call that for success. I've said that for 5.5 years. It was as true 5.5 years ago as it is today. It is for success. The individuals that are out there that don't quite understand what's going on, Mr. Mufareh has created a system, well, I won't go there. He's created a system that will guarantee your success. Now, when I say that, does that mean you can come in, do nothing, and succeed? No, that's not the way it works. There are no free lunches in this. You have to come in, you have to engage. And for the new people that are here, when I say you have to come in and engage, just come in and start listening to people. You're going to understand what's going on very, very quickly. And you're going to understand when you engage, do the things that Mr. Mufareh asks you to do. And when you do that, you're going to have a business that is going to be an automated business that will work for you, run traffic for you, as Marty talked about. It'll do numerous things for you to create a business that's automated and will work for you for years. Longevity, legacy. It's the way you're going to be able to leave a financial legacy to your family. So when we talk about the business that Mr. Mufareh has for us, and I'll tell you right now, if you're new, we've been in phase one for a very, very long time. And Mr. Mufareh had to do the things he's done to get into phase two. That's what we're rolling into very, very quickly. And I believe it'll be in December sometime, 1st of December, first week of December. And that's what Mr. Mufareh has told us on his updates. Today, as we look at what this company is and what it will be doing for you, it's a reality today. It is happening right now. And as we move forward in the next weeks to come, legacy, inclusion, all of that is going to kick into gear. Number one, the company that Mr. Mufareh has created, the legacy that he's going to live, the longevity that's going to be there, it's not going to be years or decades. This is a lifetime. This is generational. And it's because of the talent Mr. Mufareh has attracted to him and the corporate side. And it's because of you and I, those individuals coming in, engaging, want to be included in this beautiful business to leave a legacy behind for so many different people, family, friends, community. And I think you're going to be able to do all of that. As the individuals, as the new individuals come in, and the reason I'm saying this is I know what Bob and Vincent and Oliver and Collins and Comfort, I know the people that they are talking to. I know the amount of people they are talking to. It's just not people that are engaged with this company today. Some people, they're not even in yet, but they're looking, they're listening, they want to understand what's going on. And when you start to understand what's going on, all of a sudden, as we go into December 1st and everything starts to flow, you're going to have the opportunity to come in and just absorb all of this. And when you do that, I know you will engage, you will come in, and you'll start to build that legacy for you. Not for anybody else, not for the whole company, not for Mr. Mufareh, but for you. And that's what Mr. Mufareh brings to the table. He gives us the ability, and believe me, guys, this is a really, really hard thing to do. And very, very few people leave the kind of legacy you're going to be able to leave as Mr. Mufareh comes out in phase 2 December and we move forward and everything is flowing. It's a really, really difficult thing to do. This is what Mr. Mufareh is bringing to the table. The ability for each and every one of us, and it doesn't have to be a worldwide legacy. You can just leave a legacy to your family, a financial legacy to your family. And this is all about finances initially. And when you do that, then we kick in inclusion. Michael's right. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what you look like. I mean, if you look at Marty, he is disappearing before our eyes. He's getting skinnier every time I see him. But it doesn't matter if you're big or small. It doesn't matter what color you are. It just doesn't matter what your background is. You have the ability, because of what Mr. Mufareh does, because of how revolutionary it is, to come in and actually start to build a legacy for you. And that's so, so important. And when I talk about legacy right now, although I think it's way more than this, I'm talking about a financial legacy, period. Okay? You're going to have the ability to come in and have the ability to build an income because of what Mr. Mufareh has done. And again, I won't go over all of those things right now. I've probably gone too Comfort's going, cut. No, I've probably gone too far already. And later on, if you want, I can come on and talk about some of those things. But legacy and inclusion, yeah, it is all about what Mr. Mufareh has brought to the table. And as we move forward, if you're new, if you've been here for a while, you know all this. If you're new, you're going to learn more and more and more, and all of it will benefit you in major, major ways. Okay, Comfort, I'll leave it there for now, and I'll turn it back over to you. I don't know if that was any good or not, Comfort, but that's just what I was thinking about.
It was perfect, Mike. Thank you. Thanks as usual. We really appreciate you. And of course, we'll give you as much time as you need. We've got time, guys. Don't go. Let's discuss this. So I can see that we have a new brother. I've not seen him here before, Mr. Tsuka Yang from the USA. So, bro, you're welcome. Thanks for joining us. And if you don't mind, we might like you to also share something after our brother Bob speaks. So you just gradually get ready. And after Bob, of course, you're welcome to make a contribution. So, Mr. Bob Takusi, welcome.
Wow. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Greetings from Bel Air. It's good to be here. Thank you for joining us. Yes, Brother Madi, I agree with you. The legacy and inclusion of this system or the business that our founder, Mr. Ash, is bringing forth is going to be for all affiliates to succeed, right? I agree with Michael Williams. The culture does not matter. It doesn't matter where you are from. It's all inclusive for you to succeed. And I agree with our brother Mike Ellis, who he tells us that, yes, the system is designed, is made for all of us to succeed, but you have to engage. You have to engage with the system to gain what the system can give you, can do for you. We live in a heterogeneous world. Heterogeneous is the word. All kinds of people, all over the world. White, black, poor, Africans, Asians, all over the world. Is there a system now, as we speak, that caters to these kinds of people? Everyone around the world? I would say no. So for me, in my opinion, this is the first information system that has been designed for the peoples of the world, so that everyone can come in, no matter your background, no matter who you are. You don't have to have too much knowledge about computer science or anything. Get engaged, follow simple instructions, and the system is designed to work for you. That is the fact. That is the truth. I'm going to draw our attention, those of us who have been around for a while, I'm going to draw your attention to one of Mr. Ash Mufara's words. It's not his direct words, per se. It was in a video, but we can tell that those are his words. If you remember, when we opened the office in Hyderabad some years back, there was a short video of about 8 minutes. There's a narrator speaking, but you can clearly tell that those are Ash Mufara's words. It says, equal opportunity for all, building the bridge between big and small. That is a foundation in which I agree with Sister Mino 100% that this system or this business opportunity that Ash Mufara is bringing forward to the world is going to leave behind a legacy of inclusion, equal opportunity for all. Any business, we are in a time where artificial intelligence and information systems are converging. Everyone would have to come on board, one way or the other. And there's no system that leaves that is going to leave that legacy except on passive that we know. Equal opportunity for all, building the bridge between big and small. And then he said that he was going to bring people that have the passion to transform businesses as their mission. This is what these people are doing. As they're coming in, the new folks that are coming in have taken over our system and helping working with our founder, Mr. Ash. They are building this legacy for us, that will all come in, do exactly what you have, what the system is promising to do for you, and reap the rewards that the system is promising to give you. You know what I'm saying? So it is a heterogeneous system, as I say. You leave it leaves behind a culture, because there will be a time where we will all be gone. We'll all be gone. Mr. Ash is going to be gone. Matthew will be gone. Michael Williams is gone. Mike Ellis is gone. But a culture has been left behind. A culture that embraces diversity. A culture that works for everyone. A culture that eliminates barriers. Someone in Nigeria, in the remote villages of Onitsha, so long as you have internet access and you follow the simple guidance that the system is going to ask you to do, you can succeed. Or in Cameroon, or in Ghana, in Australia, Canada, anywhere around the world. All you need to do is come in and plug into the system, and the system is going to work for you. That's the legacy that Mr. Ash is bringing forward for us. But the true legacy is that every other system that is going to come after her would have to do the same, because the world is going to be transformed. Once this system kicks in and the world notices what she does for her and the changes and the impact, the magnitude of the impact that this system brings to the world, I bet you every other business that's going to come behind her would have to follow the blueprints of our founder, Ash Mufari. So that's the legacy that he leaves, that inclusion. You have to craft the system in a way that includes everyone that comes to use it. So that even when you are gone, yes, and yes, hundreds of years after when you are gone, that ideology remains. That's what I have, Sister Comfort.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. Thank you so much. And of course, let's hear from our brother Tuka. Welcome, bro.
Thank you, Comfort, and thank you all, and thank you, Brother Bod. Wanted to say to you that I pay attention to all your hero webinar, and so I figure I joined today because I have a lot of time now. I no longer keep my job. I'm actually taking a retirement, so I
Oh,
have a lot of time, so I could join from time to time.
oh, we're happy to hear that. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you, and wonderful job that you did. Thank you all. And it's a wonderful message for the topic today. And I probably gonna reiterate some of the concept or ideas already mentioned, but I want to begin that I can imagine of two legacies coming, or from now, the starting of two new legacies. And one is the legacy of the Unpassive business model. The paradigm shift in terms of business that Mr. Ashley is now creating. And so it have never done before. And so it will be the first one, and it will continue to be a legacy into the futures in this model of business, where all people, all walk of life can be part of it. And it just take belief and persistence and trust in Mr. Ash. And so in the business model, this will become a legacy. But beyond that, also a legacy of all who participate, who are part of the Unpassive business. And so all walk of life, all individual, wherever you are, wherever country you're from, a nation or race you are, you have a chance to succeed in this business. And so being a part of this, you make a legacy for yourself together with the Unpassive model. And so everyone who come here have the opportunity to win. We are in it together to win. And so it doesn't matter where you are. And I have many people who are part of my team from other places where sometimes they don't have internet, or they can hardly manage and operate internet, but they can use their cell phone to connect to the internet. And so many people around the world who are now in the remote part of the country where they are almost excluded from technologies. And these people are now being part of this new movement with Unpassive. And so together, no matter where you are, the legacy would be that everybody win with Unpassive. So that's the two legacies. And I want to mention that because we are now living in a new world, we are in a technology world where everybody who born nowadays or nowadays live have to learn how to use the internet. And so the internet brings us together to become just one world, actually. And Unpassive, it's a model in which we can all come together and we can all love each other, support one another, and change our life together. And so it's like now I want to say that Facebook is a small piece in which bring the world together. But I believe that Unpassive will bring us beyond that, that not only that we become the user of internet, but we will make the internet become beneficial for us, especially those who are part of the journey with Unpassive. And so we here could build our own legacies. And then the journey that we are coming together, we are helping others to build their legacies. And so I want to thank you for Chris and Comfort and if all of you who are doing this daily or weekly to help us to build this legacy together. And so that all walk of life, wherever you are, will have opportunity to change or to make an impact in your own life, and then together to make an impact in the life of this world. Like the mission of Unpassive is to bring hope to humanity, to make corrections. And so for that reason, I think we have a great, we will build a great legacies. People will remember us, people will know us, our children will remember the legacy we built, and the world will remember the legacy of Unpassive, the world that we built together. And so that's important for us to be part of the beginning of this new journey together that will change the world and our life and our children's life together. So thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. That was powerful, guys. I don't know about you, but I do enjoy the power, the beauty of unity in variety because everybody's coming from their own perspective and it fits so well together. And of course, would definitely like to hear more. So, my brother Collins, are you in the mood to share something? Welcome.
I've been listening to everyone until I forgot myself.
You better wake up.
No, sometimes it's really nice to listen and then, and you just agree with what everyone is saying. Mari Digamo, you open the floor so powerfully. Michael Williams pick it from there. And I was just like, wow, where do I start? It's like everyone have said everything, but I agree with the fact, when Michael Williams split it into two, talking about legacy and then inclusiveness. We are here because we want to leave lasting legacy. And for us to be able to live that, we must be included. So there is no one rule for others and the other rule for another people. So we are all one. But when you look at what Mr. Ash Mufarah has done, he has built a platform where everyone, can succeed fairly. The platform is fair for everyone to succeed. There is no rules. There's no setting rules, but the only thing we need to do is to come in. But for all of us all, to be able to achieve that legacy we are talking about, you must be present. Our presence is needed. If you are not present, where will you get the information? Come to webinar, log into the back office. When they said follow something, you are just there to do it. We must be proactive. You're present, but you must be proactive. It doesn't mean you don't have to run webinars. But the proactiveness is about when they said go to your back office, there is something there. Go and look at it, read it, ask questions, learn more. We must be persistent. And the next thing is we must be passionate. All of us must be passionate. And passion comes with belief and trust in the system. You cannot be passionate about something and if you don't believe in it. You cannot be hot or cold. You are either hot or cold. You cannot be both. So one of the things I would say, when I joined Unpassive, I never doubted anything. I never doubted the system, never doubted anything about the business. I looked at it and I said, this is a place to be for me. And since then, I've been passionate about it. Up to now, it's like my passion is just growing and growing and growing. You learn more every time there's an information, you pick it, you grow. And you can see this burning desire, from everybody, those who are in. Like Michael always said, if you are in, Michael always said, if you are in, you will win. That's the truth, that's the fairness of the system. You come in, you will win. But again, it doesn't mean you just have to come, fold your arms, like some people will just come in, shut the door, go after 6 months, come back and find out what is happening. So you must be passionate, you must be present, you must know your business. Because it's only by learning you will grow. How do you build a legacy if you don't want to know anything about the business? Yes, you can have a tiny bit, but we are talking about lasting generational wealth, lasting legacy for generation to come. You know, I don't want to take 6 years or 10 years after the door open for me to build a legacy. I want to start to build it from day one. And the only way I can build it is to learn, is to plug in, to listen, ask questions. That's the only way I want to, you can achieve that lasting legacy as quick as possible, you know. And that's the only thing I will share, Comfort, because everyone have said everything. I don't want to repeat what Michael have said, Michael Williams, Mike Ellis, and Madi Digabo, but I'll leave it there for others to speak.
Yeah, sure. That was powerful indeed. Thank you so much. So I'll just plead on Minu, Mike, and Marty to wait a bit and let me go back to Michael Williams and Mike Ellis. Then I'll come back to you again. Michael Williams, I know you spoke the very first. People might have contributed and triggered something. There are two things. Mike Ellis emphasized on people getting engaged, and Collins added to it that you cannot just sit and do nothing. And if you find it necessary, you might want to comment on that too, on whatever thing you have in mind again.
Well, you know, we have great people, Comfort. You know, everyone that has spoken, you know, we just have great people in this company, and this is what we're talking about when we, you know, with the whole idea of inclusiveness, right? You know, we have to hear from not one, not two, not three. We have to hear from multiple people because we have so much to bring to the table, right? And that's the spirit of OnPassive. That's the spirit. That's the essence, right? That's the lifeblood, if you wish, of OnPassive. And I think that resonates with a lot of people. Like a lot of people, you know, they came in because of that. They didn't come in just because of one person, right? Everyone didn't come in just because of our CEO. Everyone didn't come in just because of me. Everyone didn't come in just because of Mike Ellis. You know what I mean, right? People have different people that they identify with, that they you know, like the way this person presented, break it down, etc. All of that. So we need all these pieces, right, to make us whole, right? It just wouldn't be, if Mike Ellis wasn't in OnPassive, it just wouldn't be the same, because you have a crucial piece of the puzzle that is missing, right? If Chris Johnson is not involved, you understand? You need all the pieces. You need everyone, right? If this was only for North America, it just wouldn't be the same, right? It wouldn't be a movement, right? It just wouldn't be a movement. It would just be another thing, right? But when you bring all the pieces together, Comfort, right, that's what makes the difference. Because every single person around the world, no matter where they are, when they come in, they will identify with someone, with something, some concept, some idea. There's something there. And this is what we talk about when we say that OnPassive is for everyone, everywhere, right? Because when customers come, because it's always all about customers, when customers come, they will see something. There will be something there for them, right? Whether it's one product, whether it's two products, there will be at least one product that they will identify with, and they will stay. Why? Because of the culture of OnPassive, not because of an individual culture, but the culture of the company as a whole, right? And that's what inclusiveness is all about. When it's almost like a melting pot, right? In the sense of, okay, you're from that culture, you're from that culture, you're from that culture, but you come into OnPassive now and you get into the OnPassive culture, right? OnPassive as a culture of its own. And that culture now brings in everybody and melts them together to say, hey, together we are one. Together we are one. We are united. We are going out there to accomplish the same cause. Right? When you have, you know, millions of people, Comfort, right, that's working in, you know, going in the same direction, like it's hard. You know, there's a thing on TV, it says, you know, it's hard to stop a train, right? That's OnPassive. OnPassive is this train, right? How you going to stop that, right? When you have so many people, right, that is coming together saying, hey, you know what? We found a home. This is it for us. Right? We have something that everyone that is out there is looking for, like everyone, right? So all people have to do is engage, right? Like it's been said, right? Engage meaning what? Pay attention. Can everyone pay attention? Of course they can. They may not be able to pay bills, but they can pay attention, right? So when people come in and we're all paying attention, meaning, understand what's happening in your business, understand where we at, understand, where we're going, understand, the present, not so much focus on a date tomorrow or a date the next week but the present, where are we at right now? And where we are right now is that we are alive and well. You understand? We're not dead. We are alive and well, and people are excited, waiting for that next phase to say, hey, let's rock and roll, right? Because we have something that the world is looking for. Can you imagine you have something and everyone is looking for what you have? Can you imagine the smile? That's why you're always smiling, Comfort, right? Because you know this, right?
You're right. I'm just dying of laughter. You're very right.
The smile you have on your face is because you know that that's what brings the customers them, right? That's what brings, Amazon didn't go from just being a bookstore, right, to basically selling any and everything on the planet. You understand me? Overnight, right? But guess what? As they start to bring things together, that when people come, there's always something on Amazon for them, right? There's always something. And so that's on passive in the sense of there will always be something for people here. So you can't lose when you have that. When you have that, you can't lose it. And then we go back to the people, right? We go back to when I talked about the leadership, right? You just can't find a better CEO out there than Mr. Ash Mufareh. I just don't think so. You know what I mean? Because most of them are just so focused on putting dollars in their pocket, you know what I mean? Making them and their friends, wealthy beyond belief. And that's all there is to it. They don't care about they don't care if they're producing a product that's going to have a negative impact on the environment. They don't care if they're producing a product that's going to have a negative impact on you as an individual. Some of the foods that these people come up with, and they make us, sometimes I watch TV, Comfort, and I see some of these commercials, and I'm looking at this burger, and I'm saying, what in the world? Like, who would eat that? The amount of stuff that they put on this thing, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a heart attack waiting to happen. And yet people are going to run out there and buy it. So the person that's producing this, they don't care about the people who's eating it. All they know is, guess what? I just got some more money out of your pocket. That's not on passive. And that's what I love about this business, that we're doing things the right way, Comfort, the right way.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. I really appreciate. And there's something you said one time that I like quoting it. You say Mr. Mufareh is that kind of person that everybody would like to associate with. And you just repeated that now in other words. But I also like the bit where you say, even if you can't pay your bills, you can pay attention. And of course, we're just rocking and rolling because we know that the time is coming when we'll clear these bills like this, and things will definitely never be the same again. Thank you. So, Mike Ellis, what else do you want to add?
A couple things, Comfort. I absolutely love what Michael just said. It's just absolutely spot on. And it brings to mind something I heard probably a year or two ago, and it's all about this company that we're engaged with, and the term is Tukala. And Tukala, it means country of many colors, inclusion. It includes everybody. There is nobody left out. Everybody's the same. And that's what we have here. It's Tukala. It's a company of many colors, many talents, many individuals, male, female, that brings so much to the table. And I think Mr. Mufareh, he really is the impetus for all of that. When we look at the company that Mr. Mufareh has developed right now, it is extremely, it's extremely complicated. There is so much involved when we look at his side. And then we get a note from him, I don't know, 2 days ago. And basically what the note said is, let's keep it simple. This doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what you know, what your skill set is. It's very, very simple. I'm here to make your life easier. I'm here to show you there are things you can do within the company I've developed to take you to a place you've never been before. You're going to be able to leave that legacy. You're going to be able to build that income. You're going to be able to actually do more than you ever thought you could do. And when people come in, it's such a breath of fresh air, listening to Marty, listening to you, Comfort, listening to Michael, listening to everybody that's here, because it is inclusive. There isn't an individual out there, and there will be people who won't come into this beautiful company. It's just who they are. They're not going to do anything. But for the majority of the people in the world, whether you come in as a customer or you come in and you participate as an affiliate, and you actually see what's happening, there is a way forward for all of you. Whether you're a customer, your business is going to get better, your personal side is going to get better, whether it's a government, everything will get better. Your bottom line will get better. Why? Products are superior at a lower price point. It's very, very simple to understand. And then I listen to people and they just go, you know, longevity, it's a really, really important thing, but how can you sustain longevity? That's so hard to do. How is this company that Mr. Mufara has developed going to sustain longevity so we can do all of these things? And Mr. Mufara answered that a long time ago. I'll just tell a quick story, and it gives everybody an understanding how Mr. Mufara thinks. Very, very long time ago, when we first started in this magnificent business, Mr. Mufara was ready to go. He was going to launch. He was going to kick it into gear. We were going to just take off like a cannon. And he talked to his people that ran traffic, brought traffic, got eyes in front of what we were doing. And his people came to him and they said, you know, this is awesome. This is absolutely phenomenal. You're going to kill it. There's one problem. And of course, Mr. Mufara said, well, there's no problem. What is it? You can't handle the volume. This thing is going to take off so fast and so quick, you are going to be buried by the volume that's going to be coming in. Understand this, guys. Mr. Mufara, 5 years ago, he understood that and he said, okay, we got to get better. And Mr. Mufara, he always gets better. And today, because of what he's done, because of the structure he's put together, for us, there is nothing that can come at us that he can't handle. And then understand this just very, it'll give you an understanding of where we are, where we're going, just how the magnitude of what we have in our hands today. Our markets today, the different niches that we're in, it is well over $1 trillion. In other words, that's the amount of revenue that comes in with these niches every single year, over $1 trillion. I believe the first year in business, and again, I think that's going to start in December. That's what Mr. Mufara has hinted. I believe that after the first year, our market won't be $1 trillion. I think it'll be $2 trillion. Now, try and wrap your mind around that. $2 trillion. Try and wrap your mind around $1 trillion. And then because of what Mr. Mufara does, because of the products, because they're superior, because they're at a lower price point, how much of that market are we going to capture? Really? Longevity, guys, longevity. If you've got $1 trillion market, you have longevity for as long as you're alive. This is intergenerational. It's going to be around much longer than I'm going to be here. And I'm going to pass it on to those individuals I want to pass it on to. Longevity, Tukala, inclusion, all that stuff. It is part of the company that Mr. Mufara has put together and what's coming in the very, very near future. Yeah. Can you get excited about this? Yeah, you can. Comfort, I am. I think everybody else is pretty excited about it, but I'll leave it there. These are things we can talk about for the next 12 hours and not run out of things to talk about. Comfort, it's all yours.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike. I'll just shut up and let people speak because I think that everybody's excited as I am. So we've been discussing inclusion, but we've not heard the voice of his lady. What's happening here? All of the ladies are gone. However, they are powerfully represented by our one and only Minu. Welcome, sis.
Thank you. I am in seventh heaven, sitting here among you and listening to you. We want the world to know that if you are ready to embrace new skills and grow both professionally and personally, if you have the heart for humanity and the audacity to make a difference, this is where you belong. Enjoy listening to this. Thank you.
Powerful, powerful. Thank you so much. And of course, we've had the Michaels speak. We've got the junior Mike in the house. It's not like we forgot you, but we know you were going to have your space. So it's yours now, bro. Welcome. Come on. Say something.
Welcome, everybody. Wow. You think I can go with these big fishes that just, woo, Mama Komi, this was a good
Whoa.
one. Thank you, everybody. Wow. Great topic. So I want to come to in a point like this, Mama Komi. If we talk about legacy, right? Definitely, if we look at it in a point of view of just a layman's language, you can say it's like something that you inherited, right? Property or financial benefits from a will that somebody left to you, right? Now, if we look at it, excuse me, if we look at it in another term, right? We can say in another, like in a historical context, right? We're talking about something that was transmitted or you received from your ancestors. So it can be a tradition, it can be some values, it can be an achievement, right? So we are inherited some like property, landed property from our parents. That's an inheritance and it is legacy, right? Now, if we bring it into the concept of, or let's add the other word we're talking about, inclusion. This is what is used to describe like a landscape or an inclusion is a demographic representation of a lot of different cultures, a lot of different practices, a lot of different races into one, which is what ONPASSIVE is. Before, I thought that the only place that I could think of to know about inclusion was the United Nations, that we could see so many different people working in the United Nations for different backgrounds, different cultures, different races and modules and things like that in life. Now, here comes ONPASSIVE. We are exposed to a business from our CEO, Mr. Aj Mufare, calling us to join him to do this business. Now, my famous quote that I say, let's rebuild our communities together, comes in this way. Now, we are taking the baton of command with a business placed to us from our CEO, Mr. Aj Mufare, and we want to take it to everywhere in the world. How do we do that? To leverage the ecosystem, we need to teach people how to use it. Inclusive, everybody. In ONPASSIVE, there is no discrimination, whether be it sex, whether be it race, whether be it religion. So all of us are sitting here and are inclusive in this business, which our CEO brought it for us. So to me, I want to look it in this way because we are going to take this ecosystem with a diversified population. Like I said before, I thought it was only the United Nations, but we are operating in 200 plus countries. Our big brother, Michael Ellis and Michael William have rightly said that, Collins and Okubob as well. We are in this business. He called it a heterogeneous population. That is the word he used, Okubob. So we are coming together from various backgrounds, various races, various religions to come together in this business inclusively with our CEO because we have the same vision like him. That's what has put us together to this ONPASSIVE business today. So the legacy, inclusiveness, that this impact that this business will create in the world is more than imagine. We cannot even imagine how far this can go because our generations, our big brother Michael Williams just said it, generational wealth. Generations to generations, we don't know the number of generations coming, right? But this is the legacy that our CEO has built, inclusiveness, including all of us with a heterogeneous population all around the globe, us coming all together to make this happen. So to me, Mama Comfort, this is something that no any other business module in this world has ever had this. Our big brother, Uncle Bob, just told us, right? So we are coming with this heterogeneous background of population, everybody represented all around the globe into this business. We will be a legacy that will hand over to generations to come, Mama Comfort. Thank you very much.
Wow, thank you. Powerful as usual. I really appreciate you for always being there and doing your thing. And of course, Marty, we might be coming back to you now, and you are starting the last round of this whole discussion. Just closing remarks. So guys, when you are making your closing remarks, think about those who have gone lukewarm. They're like, I can't see it anymore. Think about those who are still sitting on the fence. Think about somebody who just in passing would stumble on this video on YouTube or wherever, and just say what you want to say to them. So, Marty.
Okay. I'm already losing my voice. That's why you have a lot of people. I don't have to talk that much. Yeah, what I want to say, a legacy of inclusion, I got really good news. And I'm talking to people that may not be in this company yet. The great news is you can be part of it. If you see it, we've just begun. You can be part of everything you just heard. And that's pretty powerful. I know there's people out there that market. I know there's people out there that want to market. I know there's millions that would love to be involved with something that just makes you feel good. And be around people that care about one another. And there's plenty of room. The biggest mistake you can make is not come try it. Because I guarantee if you try it, you'll like it. So I don't want to make it any bigger than it was. I can't add anything. I just want to let everybody know that's watching us today, tomorrow, next month, next year, we're open for business and you can join us very, very soon. And if you get the opportunity, please do it because your family will be glad you did. That's all I have. Comfort.
Sure. Thank you. Thanks, Marty. So, Tsoka, I would like to hear your closing remark, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Comfort. When I talked on passive to my cousins, and he said, how is it going to make a history? How is it going to be possible? And now we are talking about a legacy for OnPassive. And one of the things he mentioned to me is, how is it going to be able to thrive? We have Google, we have Facebook, we have Microsoft. How is this going to thrive? And for that, I didn't say much to him, but I want us to imagine that big business, there's a potential that many of the business we know now may not be there, but OnPassive will thrive and will become our legacies. I can think about a big store, department store like, and Marty often talk about this, a Kmart, super department stores, and yet it is no longer here. Walmart came and many of the department stores vanished. And I just listened to YouTube a couple of days ago about the biggest company in the world, and Walmart ranked as the top 100. And so I'm thinking about, because Walmart provide all walk of merchants and consumer products and all things that people need, and they just go to one store and then they have everything, and besides cheaper. And so I'm thinking about OnPassive. The legacy of OnPassive will be similar to the Walmart and many of the big business, digital business, online business that we know now may not be there. Like Kmart's not be there. In Wisconsin where I live, there's a big department store called Shopko. Shopko almost non-existent here now. And so many of the big department store are now gone. I would think that we will follow the similar path for digital business. And so for the digital world, the internet, the world to come, the virtual world, nowadays people spend 7, 8 hours just to go online. And OnPassive will be the new world in which people will look into it, will have their life being part of OnPassive. Now you go to Google, we go to YouTube, OnPassive will be the next one. And then some of these things like Facebook, I don't know for sure, but perhaps we will go beyond Facebook and become more beneficial to the world. And so I'm looking at that, not only the digital products that we are talking about, but we are talking about all kinds of products, physicals and digital all together. And this is the inclusion part of the business, not just only people from all walk of life, all nations, all race, but all kind of product that will be needed for the future. And we are looking we're looking to put those as a part of our business module, in which inclusive, and not only the people or the new business module, but all the products that are available for the need of the world. And so that's how we become legacy. So thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks so much, Tsoka. Thanks. So we're really happy having you and would like to see you again come as many times as you can afford. Yeah. So Collins, do you have a quick 1 minute of closing remark?
Yeah, thank you, Comfort. Just want to thank everyone here, Michael Williams, Mike Ellis, and everyone, Mari Digamo for setting this up for us, and our brother Suka. So my closing remark is this company is built for everyone anywhere. Doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter where you are living. The only thing you need is just a good internet connection. It is a platform that is built with fairness, and you can leave a lasting legacy for generations to come. It's all inclusive. They've already shared everything here. So we're talking now to those who will watch this later on, and those who will stumble on the video. Know that you have a place in this business. It is for you. It's not for anybody. It's not for some fairy tales people. No. It is for you. We are speaking directly to you in Africa, Papua New Guinea, wherever, the millions and billions of people who are looking for something. The world is going crazy now. People are looking for something to hang on. This business is built for people like you. So just take a look and make that decision to come in. That's all I would say, Comfort. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Mike Ellis, closing remark.
Yeah, just real quickly, Comfort. I heard a figure the other day, and what it was is 1% of the world population makes over $39,000 a year. 1%. That is so small, and the amount of people that they're just not making it right now. It just blew me the other way, and I'll expand on this at another date. I won't get in depth in it right now, Comfort, but I can tell you, because of our market, because of what Mr. Mufara has done, that is such an easy place to get to. And I know in different parts of the world, that is a massive amount of money. It really is. But when you're looking at what Mr. Mufara has done, when you look at the business that's coming, when you look at what he's putting in front of you, understand that goal, and it doesn't have to be 39,000. It could be 1,000 a month, 5, 10, 50, whatever. It is so possible because of the markets that we're going to have. So keep that in the back of your mind as you come in, you explore what's going on with Mr. Mufara and this company. Come on in, engage. When you see what's happening, whatever you have in the back of your mind, what you want to do, what you want to make, believe me, it's more than likely that, yeah, that's going to happen. And it's not going to take a lifetime to get there. It's going to be very, very quick, in my opinion. And again, at another time, I'll expand on that, but for now, that's enough.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Mike. And so, Michael Williams, quick closing remark.
Real simple, right? If people are tired, right, of being in the rat race, tired of running with, losing opportunities, if people are tired of losing money, if people are just tired of being tired, right, then this is the place for them. If you want to be with a winner, right, it doesn't get any better than OnPassive, right? So this is the place for you, right? Our slogan, right? All you have to do is get in. If you're in, you will win. Like all these things that we say, right? And it's not just lip service, right? This company is basically taking action, right? Actions are already in motion, right? So this is not some, lip service that people are speaking and try to hype people up and all this nonsense. Reality is reality, right? As Mike Ellis has said, there are billions of people around the world that are struggling. It's not like, there's 100 people that are struggling or a couple thousand people. Billions with a B of people around the world that are struggling, right? And so if you're tired of struggling, all you have to do is get in. It's just that simple, right? Every single person can do that, right? Every single person can get in. There is no barrier that they can't, overcome when it comes to OnPassive. There's nothing there that's preventing you from getting in, right? Like, it's just that simple. A lot of companies, you can't get in because there may be a financial barrier, right? Like, you need $5,000 to get in or $10,000 to get, you know what I mean? People want to go buy franchises. Okay, well, it costs a lot of money for that, right? You know what I mean, right? And so people want to go start a business. There's a lot of work involved, right? Do you have the know-how? Somebody says, oh, I'm a great cook, so I'm going to go open up a restaurant. Not because you're a great cook means that you should open up a restaurant. Chances are you're probably going to fail because you know nothing about running a business, right? And so here in OnPassive, you can have a business without knowing how to run a business because all the heavy lifting is done for you. Like, it doesn't get any simpler than that, Comfort. So if you want to win, just get in. It's as simple as that.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks, Mike. All right. So a brother just popped in. So let's give him a chance. Brother Charles Owusu, would you like to say something? Were you following up? The topic says we're looking at the legacy of inclusion as far as our business is concerned. Welcome.
Thank you, my sister. I hope all of you are doing great.
Yes, bro. Thank you.
Yes, I'll be monitoring you. Today, I don't want to talk much. All that I want to say is that I thank God for being unperseverant. I just thank God for joining great people like you. God bless you all.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much, bro. That was very powerful. And of course, we appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for coming. It was such a wonderful day and a sweet experience having you all come talk to us. And guys, whoever is listening to this, do not take this for granted. On this platform, we do not sugarcoat things about our business. We just tell you exactly how it is. But then, not until you come in, you wouldn't know what they are talking about. But you don't have to if you don't want to, but we advise you to stop by and have a look. And of course, we would like to see everybody back again, same time next week, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, the week is always busy. Marty and Chris, Collins, many platforms running here and there. So just stop by, listen to something, drop a comment, ask a question. We're always happy to come back to you. Thank you, guys, and have